A potential overhaul on the names of Navy ships. Why the Trump administration wants to scrub the fleet of some named in honor of American heroes. Plus, a new tool using your phone to help get fire crews to emergencies faster. CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition is coming up next.
After I decided my pain was too much, and my doctor actually suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. Pretty amazing when they put the arch supports in your shoe and you walk around and you realize there's not pain, and you think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if arch supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
When the truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Call the Barnes firm now and find out what your case could be worth.
CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition with Dan Megabeck.
Thanks for joining us this Tuesday. The U.S. Navy apparently considering renaming some of its ships, including one honoring San Francisco civil rights leader Harvey Milk. CBS News has reviewed documents from the Secretary of the Navy that shows the military is recommending renaming a series of ships, and one of them is USNS Harvey Milk. You might remember, here she is. The ship was christened and launched in 2021. It's an oiler that delivers fuel and supplies to Navy ships at sea. And she made a stop in San Francisco to much applause, where she's named after the former San Francisco supervisor, Harvey Milk. Also earlier had served in the Navy, and he did receive an other than honorable discharge after facing charges of homosexual behavior. After the Navy, Milk opened a camera store in San Francisco, and the rest was history. He was elected to the Board of Supervisors in 1977. And then in 78, he was assassinated at City Hall. It was in 2016 that Milk was selected, along other civil rights leaders, to have ships named after them. It was part of the John Lewis class of oilers. Other ships in that class were also listed for recommended renaming. They include ships named for labor rights activists Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, along with ships named for Harriet Tubman and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. San Francisco Representative Nancy Pelosi has called the move shameful and vindictive. Memo obtained by CBS News says the renaming was to align with the Trump administration's policy of, quote, reestablishing the warrior culture. Meantime, the Trump administration is threatening legal trouble for California public schools if they do not ban transgender athletes from competing in girls' sports. The Justice Department has given school districts until Monday to notify the agency in writing that they plan to comply. Justice Department says allowing trans athletes to compete is unconstitutional. President Trump weighing in on social media last night, criticizing California for allowing a trans athlete to compete in the girls' state track and field finals. He threatened large-scale fines as a result. All right, to our first alert weather now as we take a live look outside over the city of San Francisco. A lot of people might call this a sweet spot in terms of temperatures. Meteorologist Zoe Mintz says a look at our forecast.
Yes, that is the perfect way to put it, because the word normal is honestly pretty boring, because the boring weather pattern is going to stick around, but that means great news for anyone that has any outdoor plans, as those typical June conditions are upon us. This morning we saw that June flume to kick off our day. This was our view from on top of Mount Diablo, where yes, there was a lot of fog, but that fog quickly lifted when the sun rose. We're seeing plenty of sunshine. The only place that is still looking at a bit more of that marine layer is, of course, closer to our coastal communities. You can see on the other side of Sutro Tower on the western half of San Francisco, there is still a little bit of that fog.